Hello and welcome to the Wicked Edition. I'm Dr. Kingoru. We have a great show lined up for you. It's been a crazy week, Mazi. One of my highlights has to be this tweet shared by Dennis Itumbi about a former driver of Waiguru alleging that he was fired after the governor suspected him of farting. Basically, what the really chujwa, the governor alishuku ameongeza gari hewa. This is a serious allegation, Mazi. If this is true, then this has to be perfect irony. Governor Waiguru firing somebody after suspecting them of supplying air. Oh, the ghosts of NYS. Now, here ni irony ama ni tit for tat. Now, so much talk about on this episode. There are reports of over 4,000 teenagers getting pregnant in Machakos alone in the past 5 months. Maze, where? Now, one of our guests for tonight is a friend of the show. He's been branded the moral police, but talking about my interactions with him, he's a gentleman. The KFCB CEO, Dr. Ezekiel Mutua, is in the house.
Thank you.
Also in studio is a lady that you'll definitely come to love.
Like my YouTube channel, and then next time I shall tell you how to measure your saliva.
One of the finest comedic talents in these streets, Shigwan Shiko, is in the house.
Asante.
Hapo sawa kabisa. Alafu watu wa usiku circle, I have great news for you from Telkom Kenya kama kawaida. I'm talking about 5 GB at 50 bob only or 700 MBs daily, coming with an extra 700 MB night bundles valid from midnight. Mazi wasi wa mtandao wanajioni mawano bana. Alafu on top of that, I have 2,000 bob worth of airtime nataka kukupea before the end of this first part of this episode. The motion to impeach the transport CS was brewing, and Nyali MP Mohamed Ali had allegedly collected up to 90 signatures. The cost was clear until the owners of the signatures disowned them.
Mukiangalia hiyo list, utaona zingine signature imechorwa ng'ombe, ingine signature imechorwa kodoo. Ni mtu gani huyo mbunge ana sign signature ambaye ni kodoo, ambaye ni ng'ombe?
Maze kama ni ukweli hizo signatures zilikuwa zimechorwa ng'ombe, then the members of parliament chose a special way ya kuonesha beef. Now, some of the MPs who signed the document have claimed that they were deceived, that they would lie and that they would like to withdraw their signatures. In short, wanataka warudishiwe ng'ombe zao. Now, for me, the most interesting excuse was the claim that some of them did not know that they were signing for the impeachment of CS Macharia. They thought they were signing for a loan.
Kwa sasa, mimi barua yangu naipeana pale kwa speaker nikiwa naomba kutoa sahihi ambayo niliweza kuweka katika ile ripoti ambayo nilipewa hapa bila kuelezwa ni kitu kipi ambacho kilikuwa kinafanywa. Sababu nilikuja kuuliza mheshimiwa Kimani Ngujiri wa Nyeri ni ya nini hiyo kitu, ndio wakati alinieleza ya kwamba ni waziri Macharia ambaye anataka kutolewa. Mheshimiwa aliniambia ya kwamba anataka kuomba hiyo kuomba loan, na kwa hivyo nikaweka sahihi hiyo.
Unaona hii tabia ya MP kusign loan bila kufikiria is probably why the national debt in Kenya is almost becoming a disaster. But then again, come to think of it, mtu anapewa document assign, halafu anachora ng'ombe. How good can a person be at drawing that you draw a cow at the speed of a signature? Ng'ombe. Now, to some good news though, Kenya has won a temporary seat at the UN Security Council. And if you are wondering where the good news is in that statement, the good news is the fact that Kenya participated in a peaceful election. Now, haters have claimed that there's no big deal in that because Kenya has the potential to win any international competition as long as we are not represented by Harambee Stars. But surely, Mazi, haters, calm down. It's interesting that the election had to go for a second round, putting Kenya against Djibouti because we did not attain the required 2/3 majority in the first round. What people don't realize is that si ati hatuna 2/3. Our 2/3 was being used locally. We only use our 2/3 for revenge. Now, Kenya has put in place 10 agendas they need to achieve in our 2-year stance at the council. 10 agendas in 2 years from a country of 4 agendas in 8 years.
Hakuna mtu wa mathematic.
Tukiwa hapo kwa international news, last Sunday was Father's Day and some haters were on General Miguna's case for snitching on the Kenyan government to philanthropist Jack Ma. Miguna had tweeted, "Happy Father's Day, Jack Ma. Are you aware that all the billions of shillings worth of COVID-19 equipment and materials donated to suffering Kenyans have been stolen?" That's not snitching. That's putting the government in check. But then again, hata kama ni snitching, you do realize Miguna is a last-born in a large family. Kwanza Miguna is a unique last-born. He's the only last-born najua haelewani na baba kabisa. Maybe that's why alituseti kwa ma. Now, for those who don't like the general, don't let that blind you from the important part, the important point he raised in that tweet. People are suffering, Maze, yet there are reports that COVID-19 equipment and material worth billions of shillings have been stolen. Mi siwezi shanga mtu akishikwa na karao bila mask alafu atumie hiyo scandal kama excuse kujitetea. Afade mask yangu iliibiwa. Kwani hukuona kwa news? Now, I find it so funny that sahi, but they come to think of it, I find funny. Kuna mtu hapa nje anatesa na mask ya kuiba. But then again, how do you even know mtu amevaa mask ya kuiba? Kila mtu sahi akona mask na behave ni kama ameiba. Have you noticed that kila mtu mwenye amevaa mask, ukimkaribia, anaificha. Ati ulikuwa unasema? Now, mnajijua. I promise to give you 2,000 bob worth of airtime at the beginning of this show. I'll read out the 12 digits live on air. I mean the 12 digits that make up your airtime credo. Now, here's the clue. There's 10 digits between number 1 and number 2. I'll be reading out the 10 digits on air before the end of this first part of the show. Now, ukipata hiyo credo, send me a screenshot proving that ni wewe umeipata and I'll add you another 1,000 bob worth of airtime from Telkom Kenya. Now, over the past 5 months, 28 teenage girls have been getting pregnant every day in Machakos. So basically, according to these statistics, tukiongea sahi, labda wako mimba ya 25. Now, the sad thing is that these are teenagers, Mazi. Now, NTV's Rose Wangoi did a story along the lines of teenage pregnancy in 2018 titled Teens with Kids.
Over 13,000 teenage pregnancies had been reported between January and November 2018, with Rabai Sub-County leading with 28% of the cases.
Well, that forms the subject of our show tonight. Now, Gengeton music has partly been blamed for this. Is it just? Is it true? We'll be breaking that down on the second part of this show with Dr. Ezekiel Mutua and Shigwan Shiko, who will be the voice of the ladies, especially hapo kwa experience ya kupata ball mtu akiwa shule. Now, before we get to that though, I promised you 2,000 bob airtime worth of airtime from Telkom Kenya. And are you ready now? Thank you. Kaa tayari by the kila mtu akwe rada. This is open to everybody. Now I'm going to read out the digits between number 1 and number 2, the 10 digits between number 1 and number 2 to make up the 12 digits in 1,000 bob airtime. And the numbers are 4, 6, 5, 0, 9, 8, 7, 0, 8, 7. I'll repeat the 10 digits between number 1 and number 2. Last week mlisema ni repeat, sasa ina repeat. 4, 6, 5, 0, 9, 8, 7, 0, 8, 7. Load it up. Na ikiingia kwa simu yako, send me a screenshot through any of my social media accounts at Dr_Kingori on Twitter and Instagram, Dr. Kingori on Facebook, that's Dr. Kingori. Halafu na kuongezea thao ingine. Remember, all this is courtesy of Telkom Kenya Usiku Sako Bundles. Now, by the way, just dial *544# to get to enjoy 5 GB at 50 bob only na 700 ama 700 MBs at 50 bob. Now 50 bob inakupea 700 MBs. Acha nikwe clear. Mtu aseme sikumwambia 50 bob inaweza kupea 5 GB ama 700 MBs daily na inakam na extra 700 MB night bundles valid from midnight. We take a short commercial break. We'll be back with our guest, Dr. Ezekiel Mutua and Shigwan Shiko, to break the subject down even further. See you guys in a bit. Welcome back to the Weekend Edition. I'm Dr. Kingori. Tumesha sema 28 girls are getting pregnant in Machakos County every day for the past 5 months. And to actually break down this conversation, please, our friend and a friend of the show, Dr. Ezekiel Mutua, will be one of the best guests to tackle this subject. So Dr. Ezekiel Mutua is in the house. Karibu, sir.
Thank you.
Sawa. Also, watu wameblame content wanasema, ni aje maybe content ndio ina affect ama ndio ina amplify this kind of behaviors na ina increase teenage pregnancy. So, I thought, how would we kill two birds with one stone? I got Shigwan Shiko to be the voice of the ladies on the show and also to talk about hiyo mambo ya content because I actually can brand her as a Gengeton advocate. So Shigwan Shiko, karibu kwa show.
Asante.
Hata tukisema tuna blame Gengeton, I mentioned that to Shigwan before, akasema hata Mugithi wanaimba actually vitu worse.
The issue is not with the Gengeton.
Yes.
It's a moral issue. It's a societal issue. We have a failure of leadership at so many levels. that has contributed to the defiance we are seeing with our children,
Yes.
that has contributed to the levels of immorality and
Yes.
the breakdown of our moral fabric. So we cannot blame Shegwan and Gengeton
Yes.
alone. We must go to the root cause
Yes.
of this problem.
Yes.
But what we want to tell them is that content does not have to be dirty to sell.
Kwa shule za madem watu testiwa for pregnancy kwa kufinywa tumbo kila time when you're opening school.
schools. Yes. Mkifungua shule when you are being inspected
That is
kwa
so
gates.
traditional.
Imagine.
It
How?
was.
How?
It was in our days.
Na mwalimu
ilikuwa-
anajua?
Na si mwalimu like it was I think ilikuwa matron or something.
Matron, yes.
Mkifungua shule she's going to check hapa chini ya
Anafinya.
tumbo. Anafeel
Akisikia mguu
akisikia ni
turudishe
ngumu.
nyumbani.
Turudishe hiyo wakirudi sasa.
Yes, ilikuwa it was very because
Si wazazi pia waambiwe mahali pa kufinya.
wazazi sasa wajimaji. Mimi sijui matron alikuwa anasikiaje but
No, by the way,
alikuwa
it's true.
anafinya hapa. Anasikia wewe tumbo yako ni ngumu, hebu simama hapa.
Oh,
Ni
really?
utamwambia ulipata mimba wapi? Unaona huyu ni matron unaogopa zaidi venye unaogopa mzazi.
Yeah.
So utamwambia umepata mimba wapi? Hapo. It was there.
Hii mambo ya if children impregnate each other inaenda inakuwa settled kwa chief ama you commit to marrying that person other than following the due process.
Those are
of the
primitive, traditional or primitive cultures that we need to abandon. Mtoto sio wa kunegotiate kama kichaka ama mbuzi.
Yes.
Kama umeharibu maisha ya mtoto na wewe ni mtu mzima, we cannot say that you marry off that child. I think the work of the government is to ensure that the rights of a child are taken care of in line with the constitution. Kama ni mtoto amekuwa impregnated na mtoto mwingine, both children require support of society, of government. And therefore, the idea is to look at if both of them are children, how do we rehabilitate them and ensure that they grow? And the idea is not to marry them by force. There are rehabilitation centers and juvenile, systems that deal with the children who have committed crime. However, the idea is to correct them, to become responsible. So kupata mimba sio mwisho wa dunia. Kwa hivyo tusilaumu wale watoto mpaka tuwalaani, wadhani ukipata mimba unajiua. Ukipata mimba there is no life. That's the end of it.
After umepata mimba. What
happened? That's
But
where
you
the
do realize-
conversation should be.
Wacha
You do
nikwambie
realize
King'ori,
kuna-
unaona pale mtaa? Something that watu hawajawahi ongelelea. Me, I'm proud. I got pregnant. My mom was there.
Yes.
Akangojea, got the kid. So she asked, unatakaje? Are you going back to school? She didn't send me away. Unaona? But pale mtaa, sisemi ati ni mtaa peke yake. Places mob. Dem akishapata ball, akishaza, it's like, we maisha yako kaa hapo ule. Mtoto amekuwa 5 years, uko like, Mom, I want to go back to school, or Mom, I want to nifungule ka biashara. Other parents are like, no, hii ndio maisha uliamua.
If there's a kid who has gotten pregnant, we can't give that decision to the mother ati amwambie hii ndio maisha uliamua.
Labda
Mtoto ambaye alipata mimba anahitaji kusaidiwa, arekebishwe, azae. Mtoto akikua akimaliza kunyonya, huyu msichana kama anataka kurudi shule asaidiwe. And that's where the government institutions come in. And then the structures of the society that should give hope to that child. To know that even Obama was a child of a single mother, that to be in that situation is not the end of life. You see, the conversation must change from blame game and condemnation to how can we engage and how can we sort out this mess together.
Most people, kama say teenage pregnancy is being classified as a disaster, right? And then you make people get more afraid of getting pregnant than other diseases. Wanna get? And this, I think, will badala ya amplify pregnancy as the greatest risk in, for example, engaging in those funny behaviors. If people know the consequence of engaging in that, because other than pregnancy, kuna other diseases, that would help. Shouldn't that be the content of sex
Absolutely.
education?
Any agenda that is cleverly tailored to promote abortion is what we are against. But the whole issue of creating conversation, genuine conversation, that will make the young people understand that sex itself is not a crime, but doing it at the right time and the consequences of doing it at the wrong time with the wrong people. So the idea is about having an honest conversation. It's like what you call mpango wa kando. We cannot say now, we never talk about it. No. It doesn't involve kids per se, it involves grown-ups, but we have to also have a genuine conversation. Why is it happening? So what we are saying, and I agree with Shagwan, that look, we have genuine problems in society. There's a moral breakdown. There's a disconnect in communication between parents and children, parents and the government and children, and vice versa. And we need now to start talking to each other. Even when you look at this whole COVID-19 situation, people have complained. There's an approach government was using at the beginning, which we realized could not work. Okay, many governments are using different methods. In Tanzania, they are using their own methods, and that's why I told you there is no one one size fits all.
Yes.
It has to be our situation, your circumstances. If you are a child of a poor mother who is struggling even to feed you, then you get pregnant. The consequences and the challenges you go through are different from if my child got pregnant.
Thank you. And when it comes to the right time, I believe Dr. Ezekiel Mutua means the right time. Unajua kuna watu wanaweza misinterpret that to mean when it comes to sex education, not before curfew. Unajua, say people are blaming COVID-19 for the upsurge in teenage pregnancies. Wewe umekuwa mtaani, si ndio? How do you think COVID-19 yo wasei kukaa home ina affect pregnancy? Does it mean that teachers are more responsible for children than their parents?
No. Hapo naweza sema ni story na morals. Sababu umetolewa shule, umeenda home. Hii ni time yenye hauamki 5 kama venye preps ilikuwa natua.
Yes.
This time you can wake up at 8. Where do you find the time to go? Sleep around and get pregnant. You know, it's about morals hapo, and I can say morals, freedom, peer pressure.
I think COVID has created a situation where people at home, they're idle, our kids at home, they're not in school, and so the social support system, the circles of entertainment and socialization are also not there, and then most of them, they've been left with the wrong people.
There are politicians who would argue that these are actually votes for 2052. But then, in terms of policy, where did we go wrong due to fike mahali? We are talking about this as a disaster now.
Kingori is not even policy. People are not committing these crimes because there is no law. Kenyans have this culture of, I only do right when people are watching. And that's what I'm saying. We need to inculcate the culture of moral values. This is what we are doing in that Google program. This is what we are doing in the Kenya National Drama and Film Festival. And that's what we are doing in the awareness and engagement with kids.
There's a very big side
Absolutely.
ya COVID. Because COVID imefanya parents and their kids to be in one place in a very long time yenye wazazi wako wana expect. Because normally parents walikuwa najua mkifunga shule ni 2 weeks. Mnafunga shule.
Hata walikuwa nauliza watoto
mnarudi shule, mnarudi shule saa ngapi? Mnafunga shule 2 weeks, anajua hizi 2 weeks, the first week na kuweka sana on homework, the second week tunaenda out kidogo kidogo, but we don't have time to talk as a parent and as a kid. So ilikuwa ni wazazi wanajua mnakuja home dakika 2 mmerudi shule, tunaachia walimu ngori.
Na sasa watu wamekuwa home for 3 months.
Sasa watu wamekuwa home for 3 months. Parents didn't know, how do I handle my kids for 3 months daily?
Alafu
there is a job, Dr. Kingori. Semekana wale wazazi usemanga walimu hawafanyi kazi. That they can teach better. Now you have your kids there now.
On a polite way naweza sema this COVID has shown people how badly they are parents. As in parenting yao imeonyesha in this COVID.
They have also shown them how important the teachers are in the school.
And then imeonyesha pia as wazazi kuna kazi kidogo.
Kuna kitu
kuna mahali lost the way.
The conversation was there Kengori, but hawakuwa naongea.
It was not as intense.
It was not
we were not seeing the seriousness because right now you are with your kid there. I like the angle she's bringing. Now we are together there and we've got to live. You know, before ilikuwa do what I say, but most of the time we are not together. But right now you are the teacher, you are the parent, you've got to help the kids with the homework. There is more responsibility on the part of the parent. And like she's saying, it's a silver lining because we had also lost that engagement with our children. Now we have the time and you can't run away because there's nobody else to delegate. Most parents abdicated their duties to their house help, to the teachers, to the Sunday school teachers and so on. Now it is you and your child, and now we can see the consequences. This speaks about the importance of school and the teacher in the life of a child, but the parent must also take responsibility.
You have a program that actually you are partnering with Google. How does that go?
It's called digital parenting.
Yes.
And we realized that a lot of kids are ahead of the parents in terms of using technology.
Okay.
We wanted to create an atmosphere, and this is a partnership we are doing with Google, to create an atmosphere where the parents enjoy using technology with their kids, playing games with their kids, and understanding what is guiding these kids to this kind of content and telling them this is wrong, but in a way that is engaging.
It's not like a back end of seeing everything that your child does on a phone or a tablet.
Not exactly more of parental guidance, but more of engagement. You see, the best way to guide a child is to enjoy with them, is to show them an example. That involvement of the parent is what we are calling digital parenting, because we realized parents are digitally illiterate a lot of them, or they don't have as much time. Even these programs that you see that we rate PG, it means the parents should sit and watch with their child. But how many parents actually sit and watch all through with their children? So what Google was doing is realizing that technology is advancing the networks of children, innovation, knowledge, entertainment, but there are also some, the dark side of the internet, bringing in the parents to be part and parcel of that experience and grow together with their children. That way, you can correct them on the set.
The first explanation made it sound like recruiting parents to become spies. Yeah.
Of course. You can't rule that out. I mean, by the way, you can't rule that. And some parents will be doing it for those kind of mischievous. But the kids are bright. They will know.
Dr. Ezekiel Mutua, thank you. Friend of the show. Third time on the Weekend Edition. Shigwan, asante sana kwa kukam. Asanteni sana. So that's it for the Weekend Edition. See you next week. My name is Dr. Kingori.